Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel Let's Learn with AR. Today's topic is related to morphology and its types with examples. In the previous video, we discussed about semantics, types of semantics, syntax, types of syntax, and phonology, types of phonology. You will find those videos link in the description. Watch those videos as well, that will help you. So let's get started. Introduction. This presentation provides an overview of morphology, means it's all about morphology. Now, what is morphology? Here we have a short definition: the study of word structure. Morphology means the study of word structure, and it covers different types of morphemes and their functions in forming words. Now, what are the types of morphemes? We have two types: free morphemes and bound morphemes. We will go through those types in the next slides. It also explores examples of morphological process and in various languages. And in this presentation, we will also go through morphological process. That what are morphological process? Now, first we will go through morphemes. That what are morphemes? Morphemes are the smallest units of meaning in language. Now we have two types. The first one is free morphemes and the second one is bound morphemes. Now what are free morphemes? Free morphemes can stand alone as words. Means free morphemes are actually words. For example, book, dog, cat, watch, cloth. So these all are free morphemes. They are not dependent on other word, or they can stand freely. They can stand alone. They are independent. They are not dependent on another word. Now here we have the word book. Book is what? Book is obviously a free morpheme. It can stand alone. It does not depend on another word. The second type we have bound morphemes. Bound morphemes cannot stand alone and must be attached to a free morpheme. It means free morpheme can stand alone, but bound morphemes cannot stand alone, and it is dependent on free morphemes. Bound morphemes are dependent on free morphemes, such as s and books, like here the word books. So here s is what? S is actually bound morpheme and book is free morpheme. Now s is dependent on free morpheme, means s is dependent on book. If I remove this book, so s has no meaning. That's why it is called that bound morphemes must be attached to a free morpheme, such as the s in books or the un in undo, like undo. Now do can stand alone, but un cannot stand alone. So un is what? Un is actually bound morpheme and do is actually free morpheme. So I hope this helped you. And the other examples, like we talk about prefixes and suffixes. Prefixes are a at the start, and suffixes like ness, means prefixes comes at the start and the suffixes that comes at the last. Now what is morphology? Morphology is the study of the internal structure of words. It's all about words. It's all about the structure of words, internal structure of words, and how they are formed. It deals with morphemes, the smallest units of meaning in a language. Morphemes can be roots, prefixes, or suffixes. So it's also the appropriate definition of morphemes. Morphemes can be roots, prefixes, suffixes. They combine to form words with different meanings. They combine to form words. As I said that in the book, like if we add s, s is what? S is actually morpheme. Okay, so but if we talk about the types of morpheme, like books, so book is what? Book is actually free morpheme and s is actually bound morpheme. So s is always dependent on free morpheme, means bound morpheme is always dependent on free morpheme. Types of morphemes. We have two types of morpheme. The first one is free morpheme and bound morpheme. As we know that free morphemes can stand alone, while bond morphemes cannot stand alone. And bond morphemes include prefixes, suffixes, and infixes. They modify the meaning of the root word. Now, what are root words? Root words are actually words which can stand alone, which has its own meaning. Now, here we have book. Book is what? Book is actually free morpheme as well as root word. So if someone asks you that what is root words or root word, so you can put any example, you can put any word. If you put the word book, so book is what? Book is actually root word. Book is actually free morpheme. Now, morphological process. Morphological process involves the combination and alteration of morphemes to form new words. It is also like forming new words. There is a combination. We have three morphological processes. The first one is derivation, the second one is inflection, and the third one is compounding. So derivation adds prefixes or suffixes to a root word. Now, if someone asks you that what is derivation in morphological process, derivation means it's all about prefixes and suffixes. It means we add prefixes and suffixes to a root word. Then we have inflection. Inflection changes the grammatical form of a word. Inflection is all about to change the meaning of a word, means grammatical form. And compounding, you are familiar with this word, you may have studied this in English grammar. Compounding combines two or more words to form a new one. Examples of morphology. Morphology plays a crucial role in language development and evolution. Examples of morphological process can be found in many languages such as English, Spanish, and Swahili. For instance, the English word unhappiness is derived from the root word unhappy by adding the prefix un and the suffix ness. Now we will let's understand this example. Unhappiness. Now first we will go through that what which is called the root word and which is called the free morpheme. So here happy is what? Happy is actually root word as well as free morpheme. But un is what? Un is actually bound morpheme as well as it is a prefix. So first, if we talk about morphemes, it is a bound morpheme. But after bound morpheme, if we go through in-depth explanation, it is prefix. Then ness. Ness is also bound morpheme, and if you go through depth explanation, it is also suffixes. This is prefix and ness is suffix. Prefix, suffix. And happy is what? Bound morpheme as well as root word. Sorry, free morpheme as well as root word. Conclusion. In conclusion, morphology is a fascinating field of study that helps understand how words are formed and how they convey meaning. It is an essential aspect of language that affects our daily communication. By exploring the fundamentals of morphology, we can gain a deeper appreciation of the complexity and richness of language. So this was all about today's. I hope this video has been helpful for you. If you have any question, you can freely ask in comment section. If this video has sparked your interest, I suggest you to like, share, comment, and do subscribe to the channel. See you in the next video. Take care of yourself. Allah Hafiz.